Good morning, first graders. How are we doing today?
Okay, I'm hungry.
You're hungry? Me too. It's a good thing lunch is after this, huh? What are you gonna have?
Sandwich.
Pizza. Pizza? That sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're gonna move on to our next lesson in our math section. And who remembers what we did yesterday in math?
We looked at the parts of a clock.
The parts of the clock? You're right. We did look at the parts of the clock. Allie, can you add anything to that?
I think the name of the clock was analog.
Analog. You're right. And how do we spell analog clock?
I know
Do you remember?
I know it starts with an A.
You're right. A. And then it's N-A-L-O-G. Analog. You're right. And then we learned some new vocabulary, right?
Mm-hmm.
We did. So for today's lesson, we're going to focus on two of the vocabulary words. And that's going to be the hands of the clock. Does anybody remember the names of the hands of the clock? Amanda?
The hour hand?
The hour hand, that's right. And that's one is the longest or the smallest?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Well, it's a good thing because we're going to learn about it today. And what's the other one that we learned?
Yes, the minute.
The minute hand, you're right. All right, so I made a chart for us to use today in class. I'm going to put up here for you guys to look at. All right. So when we tell time, our first step is to look at the hour hand. So I drew a clock for us to look at so we can help us. So these are our clues down here to help us learn about the different hands. So the first thing we do is we look at the small clock hand. Can someone come up here and point to me where the small clock hand is? Allie?
It's that one.
You're right. Can you circle it for me?
Mm-hmm. Just a big circle
A
around
big
it.
circle around it. Good job. Perfect. And so the small clock hand is which hand? Hour hand. You're right. All right. And then we look at the last number that our hand has passed. So the last number. So when we're looking at it this way, we're going to look at the number that's above the arrow. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what number do you see that's above the arrow? Amanda?
2.
2. So I'm going to write a 2 down here. Make it a little fun with the bubble. And then we do not pass the hour hand. So we do not pass the hour hand. And what number comes after the hour hand, which is the one that's below? Allie?
The 3.
The 3. And so remember, we look at the last number that the hour hand has passed, and we do not pass the hour hand. So it's 3, right? No? Can someone come draw a big X over the number 3 for me? So we can remember. Amanda? Over the 3? Over the 3 on this right down here.
Oh.
Yeah, I should have clarified that. Sorry. Perfect. A big X. Because we do not look past the hour hand. All right, so step 1. What do we look at first?
The hour hand.
Yeah, which is the small one. And then we look at the last number the hour has passed. But we do not look past the hour hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now we're going to move to step 2, which is the minute hand. So we look at the long clock hand. Amanda, can you come up here and point to me where the long clock hand is?
Right here.
Perfect. Can you circle it? Awesome. So you look at the long clock hand, which is the minute hand. You're right. And then we're going to start at the top and count by 5. So minutes go by 5s when we go to each number. Do you guys remember how to count by 5s?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So we're going to count by 5s together, starting right here. So ready? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
There's 60 seconds in a minute, like we talked about yesterday.
You're right. That is so smart, Allie. And so then we're going to do, so when the minute hand points to the 6, that means it's a half hour. And does anybody remember what the 6 was when we counted by 5s? Allie?
30.
30. So the half hour also represents 30 minutes. And then when the minute hand points to the 12, we say o'clock. Can you guys say that to me? O'clock. Perfect. It also represents a double 0 at the end of the time. Yeah, Allie?
So when it gets to the 12, we restart at 0.
Yeah, we restart.
Okay.
So instead of saying 60, we kind of go back to 0. But it also represents 60 because it's a 1 full minute.
Okay.
You know? And then we're going to say at the bottom it says the time is. So remember, the step 1, we look at the hour hand. So let's look at the hour hand. What is the hour hand pointing to? It's kind of in between, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so which one is it?
The 2.
The 2. So the time is, the hour is 2. And then we're going to look at the minute hand. And which one is the minute hand pointing to? What number? Amanda?
Like how many minutes?
Yeah, you can say how many minutes.
30.
30. Which also means
Half hour.
half hour. You're right. So the time is 2:30. Can you say that together? The time is 2:30. Good job. All right, now to help you guys remember all the steps and what the hands represent, I'm going to hand you guys a song to put in your songbook. You got your songbooks out? Good job. Got your songbooks out. So we're going to read this really quick together. So the title is, I want you guys to follow along with your pointer finger, The Hands on the Clock. And it's to the tune of I'm a Little Teapot. All right. So let's sing it together. You ready? I am a smaller hour hand, short and stout. I tell the hour and give a shout. I am a longer minute hand, big and tall. I tell the minute, and that is all. Good job, you guys. So I want you guys to put this in your songbooks and save it for later so we can reference back to it. Okay. All right, good job. Let's get ready for lunch.